Who's that guy?
That's
Primo, Kimo.
fights for the users.
News. eBay. Things. All that's important. All that we care about. News, eBay, Primo. Spam too. Pokey a little bit. The rest of y'all. Aloha. Welcome to today, which is Monday. How was your weekend? Ours was okay. I would like to start by saying I love eBay. Don't hurt me, ever. We're doing great. I have shifted to alkaline water now, which is helping my gut. So we don't talk about eBay anymore because my sales are so good. We're just going to talk about water and J-Lo. You ever had this alkaline water? It's like liquid Tums almost. Aloha, everybody. Major Win and Jen is here. She's out to lunch, but may be able to join at some point. Awesome. Have a great lunch. Primo's here. That's me, but my name's there. Biff Baffo is going to go weigh some oysters at the Point Reyes with the elephant seals. Spam is in the house. She's behind me. Supposed to be listing things so we don't fall behind, but she's in chat, so feel free to chat with her. And Intergalactic Backroll Systems and Cali Devs. Just gave you the horn. Amy's here as well. She's at the post office. You're all busy. Good. Everybody's busy today. I see Den Decor Depot, Carla Olson, Carl from eBay Life, Cornhusker Picker, MEMMM. Aloha. I don't remember seeing your name before. Gina's here. Welcome, everybody. We have made it through. I know. I want some oysters, too. I mean, Biff's getting the oysters. He's a chef. He's getting them from where oysters are born. Not East Coast oysters, but West Coast oysters, of course. And he is, and he'll probably cook them and make them taste good too. So a lot of things we're missing being out here on the East Coast. But one thing we're not missing right now is our sales. And I'm going to be both frank and not so frank. Aloha, Patricia. I'm not going to share my numbers as much as I used to because I pretty much shared them out. I'll share them sometimes, but right now I don't want to because I just want to see what happens when we get through the month of March, which was a possible sort of maybe, but nobody knows anything. Some good things could happen in March. And also sometime this month, their new privacy policy goes into effect. And while there's no verification of it, there could be some language in there that could umbrella cover sharing proprietary data from their back office with the internet. Don't know if that's happening. Don't know if it's true. Don't even necessarily totally think it is. Just being prudent. Am I being prudent? 1,000 points a light? I don't know. But I am not going to do that right this second. But I am going to tell you that our sales are solid and feel good. Now, that's not to say we're making enough. So, in other words, the sales have picked up. Sales are strong in the categories that died off over the past 6 months, which is our manuals, cassette tapes. What else? There's a big pile of magazines over there. A lot of computer stuff. Non-computer, computer-related items up. Frank Manchell books. Our books are up. We're getting the proper, for the last 3 or 4 weeks, we're getting the proper Thursday, Friday, Saturday, big Sunday sales. And it's continuing weekend to weekend this way. We don't worry about the weekday sales because back in the day when we were just fine on eBay, all of our sales came in. For the most, Sunday was always the biggest. Sunday might be double or triple Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like something like that. So the bulk of the sales came in Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's returned. It did. It returned. Mystery. So that just leads me into, also I shared in the chat here Major Win asked for it was going to start cross posting, which is a very cross listing, very important thing to do because the game has changed, so we need to all be just fighting for ourselves here. And cross listing is a great way to do that. I did post Flipping 8 Easy's login code to Tree Cat, which I think is a good cross lister and has automatic removes your items once one sells on other platforms. And it works well, and they're very responsive, and they're growing the platform. And in fact, they show up in his chats often. Tree Cat shows up in his chats. So I think he's the good person to use his code, and because I don't even have one. And I do like the idea of Tree Cat, although I have not used it myself. I like it better than some of the other ones, even the ones I've used, the old ones. So back to how awesome sales are. Money, not super, but that's because the items are lower priced. But the items are selling again. So we need to then, and we have done nothing. We have been very, very not listing new things, trying to shrink the stores down, so to speak. And so we have not been listing new things for the most part at all. So this has just come out of nowhere. So I've done, it's kind of like,
yeah, you've got to help us, Doc. We've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas.
We haven't done anything I do a nuclear reset every day, but I've been doing that for 6 months almost. So that's not it. It's something has changed where all of a sudden my flow is getting back here. Stella's getting her groove back. I happen to be Stella in this case. So the next move is to start piling on some, maybe listing more. Basically what we need to do, and if I could say that my eBay technique is perfect, I would say that. I'm going to say that because it's perfect for me and for us, including we and her and him, because he gets his treats through eBay. We do a 2,000 item store, a 2,000 item listing allotment. No, I'm not saying this right. So we're going to have 2,000 items in 2 different stores. That means we can pay for the $60 store and be able to do a nuclear reset every single day on 2,000 stores with a $60 store on each one. So for $120, we can do a nuclear reset on 2,000 items a day on 2 different stores. That seems to be what's working right now, and it's still working. I have seen nothing through the entire 6-month experiment. I have seen no slowdown, or I've seen a little bit of page view reduction, but not necessarily impression reduction. I'm not even trusting the numbers. So I'm not looking at the numbers. I don't care because my wallet is the main number that matters. And personally, I think that there is just eBay, please put your earmuffs on for a second. Earmuffs. I do think the numbers be fudging. I don't know why. I don't know how. I have nothing. They're just not accurate all the time or ever or anything. Or there's no way for me to test if they were anyway. So I just know what my wallet is telling me, and my wallet is telling me, good for you. Good on you, Primo. So I will stop right there, and I want to know, so what I'm saying is I'm very optimistic for the future on eBay. I have not built back up money yet, but I have feeling like I am getting back the flow. The flow has been, a few weeks of this, so it's not just 1, 2, or 3, it's 4. So I'm feeling very, very positive about this. In fact, yeah, it's about 4 weeks. And I do think that this is just where I'm going with, and I'm going to just pump that into my pressurize my whole body with positivity for eBay and just run with it, because I'm just not going to stress anymore, because I don't want any more stress, you guys, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, let me just say hello to some more peeps. As I scroll down, I see that, yeah, I'm back to the oysters thing. We had some sockeye salmon this yesterday, and I got to tell you, I have a problem with fish that has bones in it. It's just not. I did not enjoy it as much as I really, really wanted to. So I guess I have to get farmed fish from now on and get some what do you call them? Fillet type things or something, because I did that. It bummed me out, but I did make them. And we incorporated R2D stew, the Instapot that looks like R2D2, and he made us, the best part of the meal was some summer squash, garlic, tomato thing. That tasted good. And I'm on brown rice. I'm so healthy, it's disgusting. I don't even like it. And I think being healthy makes me feel worse. Is that possible? Yeah, I think so. Everybody's saying hello. Oh, hey, Fro's here. Hello, hey, Fro's. Okay, kids, I need to know, how is anybody noticing anything? I see James.
What's going on, fellow humans and resellers?
Welcome, Pee-wee, to the family of James. If you haven't checked him, he's got a new doggy, a super gigantic, Saint Bernard. He's got a little cocktail barrel around his neck, and he's so sweet and he's so cute, and he's training him in it, and it's a really positive, fun little thing to watch. And while I just remember that to talk about other YouTubers, if you guys know a 1 foot flipper, he's a YouTuber. I watch him, and he has a prosthetic leg that he is trying to raise some funds to pay for. So without any other thoughts or comments on that, if you feel like helping out a fellow eBayer, 1 foot flipper could use a little, like if you want to go buy something from a store or something, it's helpful like that. He would appreciate some time if you have it. And that's all I'll say about that. But I will go back to Hey Froze and hope that, let me see, listening and feeding the beast. Rudely Retro. Do you remember that name, Shirley? I think that's a newbie. Noodly Retro. That's an interesting new way to do it. Rudely Retro, welcome, and glad to have you here. M is Maria. M changed her M to M. That's who it is. So I hadn't seen you before. And now that it's Maria, I'll welcome you with another horn. Okay, one more horn, then I will give it up for a while. Spam says, Jeff, rise and shine. Yes, Den Decor, there was a 10-cent fee jump on the 15th. I'm not going to get into that. That's a dime. You can't even make a phone call for that. Or as Bill Cosby used to say, he had like his sneakers would have like the sole would come off, and it would be like flip flop or something, and he would stop on a dime, give you 9 cents change. That's pretty hilarious. I wish he was still funny. Not going to worry about 10 cents, but it's something to think about. It is money out of your pocket. If you make 500 sales a year, that's $50. Do we have to do that? Okay, so let's see. If you make 500 sales a year, it's 10 cents. Yeah, it's $50, right? Yes. Okay, $50. Not a big deal. However, if you sell by volume, like James, shoot.
It is I, James.
James, I'm afraid that adds up to a lot more than $50 probably. So if you sell 5,000 items, that's $500 a year. So yeah, it adds up. But I'm not going to think about it for our point of view. We'll just go on and pretend like no one took our money. Stoic, aloha. Kevin is here. James is saying, don't mind him. He is sleeping because he's been up with his new doggy friend. And I think you're doing a great job, James. Oh, and John is here. Scheduled item and relist coming soon to TreeCat to allow you to automate this process. Yes, that's very much looking forward to that. And John, if you didn't see, I actually using your coupon code right now for that in the chat. And I'll put that in my description when I'm done with the video, because I think that I like the idea. It's the best one I can see out there without using it, having used it at all. Their responsiveness. The person's in flipping an easy chat. That's pretty cool. So I'm suggesting that they're probably the person to work with now because they're new. You might get in early and get some benefits from that as opposed to an established one. So give that a shot. Tree Cat. Let me know how it is too. Den Decor says yesterday was okay for us, so Sunday should be hot. I think we just listened to James and he said it wasn't, but Sundays have returned for us for weeks now. So now I'm going to give that as something that is happening. It's happening. Can they take it away? Caneth they take it away? Yes, of course they can. Sorry, I moved my camera here. But I don't think they're going to, because I'm going with the positive vibration that the March news that we heard both from Flippin and from one of our guests who's been around a lot of the YouTube reseller places, channels on YouTube, our eBay reseller channels on YouTube. Jet Fixer was telling us that. Now Jet has vaporized, and without knowing exactly what his story was after speaking with eBay, either he didn't think we would like it, maybe, which is we just wanted to hear. So if you're out there and you're listening, please come in. You don't have to talk about that. We won't even ask you about that anymore. Just like to see you pop up and that you're still here and that eBay didn't roll you up in a carpet and drop you off the Bay Bridge or something. And hopefully the news from those people was something in March was going to happen, something in March. Then we heard from Jamie or from somebody that the first big batch of GPU processors for their AI nonsense would be put in place by the end of first quarter, and then more coming down the road the rest of the year. So there was some stuff happening at the end of first quarter, which we are already in the end of first quarter. And I think that I am going to go on the premise that some stability, and if that sort of notion of if you hold on long enough, I know it's painful, resellers, if you hold on long enough, in March, you might see some relief. I'm feeling relief. My wallet is feeling relief. It's very juicy. It's a little juicy right now, big juicy wallet. As Jenna might say, it's a moist wallet filled with moist bills. I don't know. I don't think that's scientific, but it's good enough for us. Isn't it, sweetie? Yeah. How come my phone doesn't do the hearts? Heart me, phone. Dang you. Oh, I'm going to heart myself in the chat here. See all those hearts going up there? Those are mine. I'm doing those to myself. Let's see. Yes, so Den Decor said that yesterday, which is Sunday, is good. Microsystem says, how many item relists do you do a day? I do end and sell similar, not relist, just to technical, just the semantics of the language. End and sell similar. And I'm seeing 10,000 free with the 60 and only covers 330. No, well, you're not confused necessarily. The key is intergalactic microsystems is you must list also. I also list in the categories where eBay gives you 0. Whoa, I broke the phone. No, I didn't. Cool, we're back. I went like this and the whole screen stopped. No, it didn't. So you have to use the 50,000 free 0 insertion fees that eBay provides you in certain categories. You can find that just by looking up their insertion fees. They'll give you a whole list of all the different ones. But it's collectibles, books, music, about 10, 12 categories that you can list in. So you got to have most of your items in those categories. Then the rest of them will use your store items. So you end up getting about 60,000 end and sell similar items per month. And you have 2,000 items in your store, and you have 30 days in a month, roughly 60,000. So that's my thing. Let's see what we got here. Intergalactic. Jack says, wow, 1 foot flipper is needing help, seeing as he was shitting on me last year. You know, Jack, yeah, he has shit on some people. That's why I'm saying, I'm just going from he's in our family, maybe he's the ornery ornery uncle over there. But I would just want to give people a chance if they want to go buy something from his store to help him with his. He is missing a leg, and I give him. I want to give him just a tiny bit, if I can. I just want to help him. But wait, I'm shocked he can't afford his needs. Yes. Well, you're not, Jack. I mean, people say stuff and you got to live with what you say. So he might not get your, you might not buy a record from him today, and that's something he'll have to deal with, and maybe he'll change. And if he does, then maybe you'll give him a break again. So that's, again, all I'm going to say about that. M says, "Hey, Fro is watching. You so special because he says thank you. I appreciate Hey Fro waking up early at the crack of 10 in the morning to watch the video. Appreciate that. I was up at 5, but no shame, no shaming, no sleeping shame going on here. Dendicor, last year we sold over 2,000 items, so I'm probably adding it to my handling fleet. Yeah, it's 10 cents. So, good, perfect solution. Dendicor, everybody do that. Just go do that. So, in your shipping, in your business policies, in shipping, you can add a handling fee to every item. You can just do that. So I don't do that because I don't need to do that. And I want to keep my shipping fees looking as least expensive as possible. So most items ship 45 records at $5. Almost always covers it. Every once in a while, you might get something where it doesn't cover, but then sometimes I can ship 6 of them for $5. So then I'm never going to lose at that on that. But if you just went in there and added 10 cents, processing fee, or what did they call it? 10-cent handling fee. Just put that in there. You'll never see it again. You'll never think about it again, and that neutralizes it. And no one sees it, so your customers don't see it. You probably will even forget about it. It'll just be 10 cents handling. It just takes care of it. I think that's an excellent idea. In fact, write that down on the list of things that we must do. Major Win says, last time of change got us this morning. We are looking at our analog. She was too. You were looking at the analog clocks today. And we have a digital one up here that doesn't set itself. It says 12:23. And I have to take down the entire shelf to get to it. No, I don't want to do that. But I have to do that eventually. It'll probably take about 6 months to do that. Just leave it 1 hour shy until it changes. Okay. Regarding 6 months of sales, are they so consistent, but probably with no upward mobility? 6 months of sales have not been so consistent. Just the last month. In general, consistency has been not that great, up until now. So that's why I'm seeing such a huge change in the past month and hoping that is part of it. No upward mobility, correct, Jack? That's the thing that we're missing in this. But we've got one of the two things that I need, which is the consistency. Now we can start. We have not been listing. I'm just sitting here kind of like almost in fear, going, just looking and watching what's happening and not really listing. How many items have we listed in the past month? Maybe 30? One a day? But not one a day, like 2 batches. What? What are you talking about?
I'm joking.
Oh. Why did you say that, though?
Just joking. Only one a day.
What do you mean? I don't know what you're saying. I'm going to have to... Oh, no, I can't mute you because you don't have a microphone.
Ooh, Josh Gold.
Hold on. Now I'm lost. Yeah, crap to Dendicor 2000. Hold on. Here, I got it. My boring reseller life says, I think a lot of sellers may think that, Jack, talking about, I guess 1 foot there. But anyway, he doesn't have a leg. So just throw that out there. Let's see. Loving the Pee Wee vids. Yep, James, we are. We watched them. Watched them all this weekend, and was really looking forward to the first one. And with them standing beside each other on the porch, holy cow! You can't not like that. Aloha, Josh Gall. Welcome to the Monday show, where we talk about how things either sucked or did not over the weekend. And thankfully for us, it was good. And Patricia got a nice offer on the clock. Wait, let me see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys. I I I don't want to put too much time on one foot here, but he has a very unique style. Part of his thing is talking smack. It is. I'm pretty empathetic to people just in general, and so that's why I mentioned him. So I hope it doesn't make you all, he gets what he gets. I'm just putting it out there that he is looking. So if you guys want to, you can. But everybody in our reseller community at some point or another, I don't know anybody. Well, actually, I do know a couple of people that I can't stand at all. So anyway, nobody in this room, and nobody's actually personally done anything to me. So I can't talk from that point of view at all, like you can, Jack, or some other people. But it's kind of hard to take him seriously too, so I'm not sure that's, I wouldn't take it too deep. One thing I do, I'll say one thing I like about him. So here's what one thing do you like about the person you don't like? There's a similarity. We both used to fix and repair arcade games. So there's that, right? All right. Do you have something to say? Oh, okay. Because you can if you want.
I like that he's goofy. I think
he's goofy.
I like his goofy.
He's goofy, but he does enter in. He does cross the streams and go into the, a bit of self-righteousness, but a little edgy. So I don't want to make my store about that. I mean, my store. Oh my goodness. This has been a rough week. Okay, so I don't want to make my chat about that, but you can talk whatever you want to talk about. Jack says, Patricia said she got a really nice offer on a clock. Hey Frost says, I'm still vertical gathering. You're sitting up, you're saying. You're sitting up. That's good. That's good. Jack says, if you weren't at $1,000 a day before all this crap, use your numbers as an example. You ramped up all your inventory, paid crazy PL, and you still didn't get your sales back. Yeah, I mean, everything changed. We know that. I'm really hoping that a lot of you are going to say, especially those of you who are selling collectibles and stuff, are saying that you've been seeing some of this movement. Because if you remember, or do you remember, have you watched Polish Pete's video on the green wave? I'm not sure if he coined that, who coined that. But there is something to be said where we sold 7 45s to one guy, and then this past week, we have been selling 45s like crazy and getting offers. Many more offers on 45s, or offers I can send out on 45s, specifically offers I can send out on 45s. Have increased dramatically. Like, whoa, what had just happened? And also the computer manuals and books. Books seem to be hot. Every single one of our expensive items has also sold. So I'm not even talking about those. We had a Sony videotape recorder, which is a portable unit, came out before videotape was even put into a cassette. So it's basically a reel-to-reel videotape machine. Sold that, sold a whole bunch of expensive items. Some of them aren't even showing up on our, I don't know why they choose to not show certain items. Usually electronics don't show up on our public sold page for our store. But we almost don't have very many above $100 items up there, or $150 items, because they have all just knocked out, just boom, 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 boom. So yeah, I can't help but feel good about this right now. So I'm not gonna rub it in your face if you ain't feeling it, but I think something could be happening. If it hasn't gotten to you yet, maybe it will. That's what me hoping for. Spam. Oh, spam. There's my spam. Hey Frost says, I can't type. I should be sleeping. He's saying stuff. Oh boy, okay, so the chat is increasing. I will pass those. I will say intergalactic. Aha. Thanks for the clarification. The category free listings. Yes, that you have to utilize those as well, or it doesn't work. Or you can do pay for $300 store if you want, but that's not necessary. And do be careful, because sometimes the only person I know that actually got there was Jeff Hayfro sells. He at one point actually had too many items in his store and ended up getting charged for a couple, or at least seeing the screen that came up that saying now he's going to be charged for them. So he had to stop doing the end and sell similar till the end of the month. That's never happened to me as of yet. 6x6 is making a ridiculous joke, but a joke that I think 1 Foot Flipper would appreciate, so I will laugh at it. He's not a guy that I don't want to talk about him anymore. Sorry. Jack, I hear you. Dendicor says, James, yes, the overnight shut off is awful. I'm wondering if it's turning off. EIS would change it. We don't get sales overnight. We used to. We don't anymore. I'm just accepting that as part of the new world, and that I don't know what they do. I don't even want to guesstimate at what they do, but we used to get sales at night and now we don't. I'm going to guess it is sort of they turn you off. Not really, but maybe, again, not spreading around the wealth or anything, but maybe I used to sell a whole bunch of stuff to Europe at night, and now the European markets are better. They're selling more locally. It's just shut me out. So that's my current notion on that subject. Let's see. Yes, that's I'll put it I'll put that tree cat code. It is up in the chat somewhere, and then I'll put it. Do I still have it? Maybe I can just do it again. Yeah. Here, I just put the tree cat code in there again. This is Flippin' Ain't Easy's tree cat code. So you'll be helping him out if you use it to sign up. And that's just fine. Let's see. If I miss anything, sorry. eBay Life Carl says, if I miss anything, sorry. Currently editing the next 10 tip vids. Carl does a video every single day. Boy, he's a hardworking YouTuber, and he's giving you micro details. It's UK. It's in England. I'm not sure. I'm sure that it matters here, but I'm not sure if there's anything that's different. If there's any different kind of variables affecting him in England. M says, the truth prevails, especially with Jack around. There's no hiding from it. Go, Jack. No, Jack is one of the standiest up guys. If I have a problem in this room, if there's ever a problem with some jerky pants or something, the next blue wrench goes to Jack. Hopefully he'll be my virtual bouncer. So, but I do think that, yeah, that's all. Everyone in the reselling community, no dropping deuces on each other. Major wins. Hee hee ha ha. Dendicor Depot says, went with 10% off retail, then adjusted my handling fee to about 5% off retail, except media. Media has changed to reflect sticker price. Yes, I mean, there's a million ways to make up for that 10 cents, and I think that I don't think anyone should really take it. It is taking more money. Just pass it on to the customer. That's everyone's going to do that. So it just passes on to the customer at that point. Maybe a good time to check your prices too. So just to make sure that they're in line with current eBay prices. My prices are insanely accurate still, probably just because the prices on the items we're selling haven't changed that much. We have found a couple of things that were a little bit off. Just a little bit off. And by the way, remember we recommended seeing Poor Things a couple of weeks ago? Ta-da! Have you guys watched that? It's super crazy and weird, but it won a bunch of Oscars, so now it's okay. Boy, let's see here. Josh, aloha, Josh. It's always good to see you. Josh is back to $1,000 days. Not confident it will last. You know, I think that yeah, Josh, that's good. I'll leave it at that. We don't need to guess. If you're back to $1,000 days, you deserve that. That's what you need, and that you deserve that. So awesome. I do feel confident. See, I'm feeling the confidence. You're feeling the money. I'm feeling the money a little bit because of the consistency. But I am now. Hold on. Can I do this? Yum, 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 yum. I made a new thing, but it's not that great yet.
Hey, who's that guy?
That's Primo, Kimo.
Fights for the users.
Huh? That's a Tron thing. But I replaced Tron's name with Primo Kimo. It's horrible. But I had to do that in like 15 minutes. So that's what I do. I fight for the user. And currently, I'm vibing you all out with some consistency. Because I think consistency makes you feel better. Well, money makes you feel best. It's true. But consistency and then money following is pretty cool. Rather than just having up and down money days. Because those drive you nuts. Consistency followed by the money. That's the current road I'm on. Diverging in the wood, etc. James says, I cannot think about the amount lost over the past 2 years. As stated before, my value has saved me. Yeah, but we've all lost value, or I've sold less, so we haven't necessarily sold the thing. So, but the value, because I definitely have had to lower prices to sell things. 20% off of. I basically almost 75% of my stuff is 20% off of whatever price I have on it. And that's due to 75% of my sales come from offers. Alkaline water, huh? I don't know. I'm swearing by this stuff too. I've got a lot of recommendations today with like 3 days worth of verification behind them. Enjoying this, and it seems to kill, like, Tums work fine for heartburn, but this works without Tums, I find. Here, Kirkland, can you sponsor me, please? Sponsored by water. Here we go. We're going to Major Wayne says we're going to tree cat it up later today. All right. We're really excited about it, looking up the fees of different platforms so we don't accidentally destroy our bank account. What's really nice is TreeCat, one of the main things that's cool about it is I think you pay afterwards, 50 cents only or something. It's preliminary pricing for sure, because I'm sure they'll jack those prices up at some point. James says he feels like it's getting more stable too. Good. And Josh does too. Good. And that's what I'm feeling. And that's what we look for that. There's a saying that I don't remember. Mixed metaphors are my specialty, but something about walking around with a hammer. If you walk around with a hammer enough, you're bound to hit a few nails. Not exactly sure what that means, but I think what that means is having a attitude. You know, eventually you're gonna hit. I don't really know what that means, but I think it makes sense here. It applies, but I don't know what it means exactly. But I'm saying have a good attitude is going to take you a long ways. And now, because we know that nothing's changing, the eBay, you know, their stock price has gone up. It's staying up. Everything is, you know, people, they're not the darling of anybody, but they're considered a hedge, or they're considered a something to hold to against some more risky type investments, which means they're pretty much a hedge. Kevin Stoic says weekend was one of the top weekends of all time. See what I'm saying, people? See? I just manifested that. I'm so crazy. Weekend was one of the top weekends of all time. All metrics are up. Starting today starts phase 2 of the test of scalability. Started promoting at 2.1 and will now be 24 items a day. You're ramping and will now be 24 items a day. Listing 24 items a day at 2.1%. Using those two things as the way to pump it. We are still not promoting 0, and we are not adding anything to the store. So we are doing the Bizarro World experiment of that Kevin is doing. His obviously is probably going to work, and ours probably isn't, because the question is, guys, you want to? Okay, here we go. I'm doing a community moderation participants. How do I do the thing? Okay, right here. Okay, I'm gonna put a poll out here because so we've been for 6 months doing end and sell 6 months doing end and sell similar every single day. Nuclear reset. 0 promotion started about a month after that, so 5 months of 0 promotion. We are down, but we are stable. Do we start to promote now? Should we begin to promote? And I'll do both because I think both. And well, no, I won't. Should we begin to promote? Okay, here it comes. Because I really want to know what you guys think. Should we continue with this and start listing first? That's the question. Should we begin to promote first or list first? Oh, I can say that. Promote. No. What do I really want to know to answer this question? Should we begin promoting and listing regularly, or just list regularly and continue not to promote? Okay, I didn't spell this right, and I don't care. It's totally spelled wrong, and I could change it right now if I wanted to. I'm not even going to. I did because I can't let that go out. So should we again promote and list, or just list? Does that sound good? Who cares? Okay, there it is. Please enjoy a poll. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's jump down. Just thinking that you might see improvement as the time goes on. Oh, Patricia's talking to Jack, which is a really positive thing to look forward to. Josh Galt, eBay found out you got a job now, and they're trying to lure you back. Wouldn't that be awesome? Jack says, M should never give you the power. There'd be nobody left in the audience. Oh, I shouldn't give Jack the power because he would bounce everybody out of the room. Okay, Jack, point taken. I'll remember that. But if we need a heavy, I will lean on you. How about that? Amy says, one thing. Were you here earlier, Amy? Well, we'll say hi again if you weren't here already. Amy says, one thing I learned meeting with a growth advisor Friday was send offers once a week instead of constantly. What? I don't know about that, Amy. I send offers out every time I get one. I check every hour because those offers will leave. So especially records, AFX cars, things, impatient people shop for mostly. They're looking right this second. So if I don't get that offer to them, I'm never going to even touch them. So at least that's how I look at it. John from Flippin' Ain't Easy. Hi, John. Anyone else out there notice the automated offers to watch it isn't working? Doesn't work at all. So I set it up for all my items, and I still get offers every day. Now I'm getting way more offers in these past 4 weeks than I have for the past 6 months. Offers are up, and as Biff Boffo has attested to, that is a good way to tell if you're getting more action. So during even Christmas, we were down in the 15 offers a day that I'd have outstanding. Now we're up close to 30. So, and back in the day when we were like hot to trot last June, we had 60 offers out, you know, same store, same stuff. Crazy, right? But whatever. That's just the way it is. And we are noticing that going up too. That's probably leads more to the sense of, well, more of the positivity than anything. Because if I can send out offers, I get sales. So I'm really curious about the growth advisor telling you to only send them out once a week instead of constantly. I'll jump down and see if you respond to that. John says, anyone, wait, you just said that. Patricia, by the way, Primo, you really don't want to eat farm-raised salmon? I didn't. No, I said that. That's what I said. I got wild, I may not have said it right. I got wild-caught sockeye salmon at Costco, and it comes like in a plastic tray that's all shrink sealed, and it's thin. It's like thin kind of, and it has bones in it. And I didn't like that much. So the question is, well, I didn't really like it. So I may have to eat farm raised just to enjoy it. That's all I'm saying. But honestly, right now I need and have to eat as clean and as no garbage at all. In fact, I mean, we're on the wagon. No sugar, no bread, no dairy until I can figure out what's causing some issues that should easily be able to be cleaned up, hopefully. But currently not enjoying delicious cakes and Mai Tais and anything delicious at all. So, in fact, I've now just eat fish bones, apparently. Party at Ground Zero. Silver Hair Stacker says, weekend sales here were very good. Glad to hear that. Silver Hair Stacker. Steve Austin, $6 million man, says, no, my friend works there. No, my friend works there. Not sure what I'm answering. Sorry about that. I'm not following the thread. Amy says, he's also a longtime seller, I think, because a lot of sellers, we no intention to buy. Okay, another thread I'm not sure exactly about. Boop, boop, boop. I'll jump down. I would list, okay, so Patricia's thought is I would list regularly as much as possible and only add PL to listings that languish. So not put PL in on anything right away. So end and sell similar. But see, that's like, how do I put the PL on there? So it when you're doing end and sell similar, I guess I would have to automatically have promoted listings applied to categories, which I think you can do. So that way I would, because I don't really have necessarily things that languish per se. So you can have a hot, like computer manuals is an awesome hot category, but there might be some in that category that languish. So I'm not sure exactly how I would do that while doing the end and sell similar thing. I didn't offer the example to not end and sell similar because I think I'm going to do that while I try these other things. And I see a lot of people are. Let's see what happens here. I don't want to end it. I want to look at it. Where is it? Okay, promote NAD list, 48%. Wow, you guys are 50-50 on that, huh? That's interesting. But yes, there's so much that I want to do on this channel to offer help, but I really feel there's plenty of people out there offering help. So what I'm trying to do is just show from a real eBayer's point of view, sort of all these, and I've been here for not since the beginning, but 24 years. And so I've seen kind of it all. And I think that's more helpful. And maybe, again, the eBay retail reseller group therapy, just, maybe some positive vibes. That's what we need out there, a lot of, because, some people kind of pick apart at, how you do your business, but I think there's plenty of people out there. I'll even, you can absolutely go watch J-Ride. I think J-Ride, although I think he's primarily a YouTuber over on eBayer, he has knowledge, and he has knowledge of that get up from the start. So he knows, just go right to your thrift store. You can buy these items. He's not wrong about that. So there are plenty. Flipping Ain't Easy is offering some excellent suggestions for people who want that kind of, who want suggestions and stuff. I can offer suggestions, and I can tell you how I do things. And I think that's the best thing I can offer, because ultimately it's all sort of a guessing game, considering that we're all selling different things at different times and for different prices and different everything. So can't really hit you square between the eyes. I can just offer my insights. Indeed. Okay, I'm going to end the poll at 50-50. 48-52. A little bit more on the list first. Promote, don't do promoting quite yet. But I think if I was answering my own poll, I would strongly suggest to myself to start promoting, because we're not getting, if you look back at June, I've said this before, we had days that, we had $1,000 days $750, $800 days in June. Then a lot of our days were bouncing off of 500. They would either go a little bit above it or a little bit below it. After the change, everything just changed to now our sales every day go a little bit above 250, a little bit below 250. So this last weekend and the weekends previous, we're back up to, a couple 700s. So either they're just giving us that, they're just giving us a little shock therapy treatment, or something is changing in the month of March. Here we are in the month of March. Or perhaps it's just the luck of Irish. He to hi to ho to he. Blarney. Let's see. Okay, so Amy is saying Austin from eBay, he knows something. He works there. Yeah, well, we need to know more.
She said he told her to only send offers once a week.
Only send offers once a week, right?
Because many of the people that are watching are buyers
the
that
people.
have no intention of actually buying it.
I don't know why that matters. So Amy, yeah, tell me more about that. It doesn't matter who's watching it. If there's an offer to go out, I send it. It's not so are you saying that it's a time waste? Because it's not a time waste for me. So maybe that's just all we're talking about here. But thank you, Patricia, also for the fish comment. Because I am surprised at how little I know. But the LMNT, that's the bomb for for your electrolytes. That's the one for sure. Let's see here. Go down, 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 down. Blue Knight's going down. I would list regularly as possible. Right, you just said that. So then let me go here. Primo, Jack says, Primo, right now, all my new listings and all my reset items are with no PL, and they are getting more views or the same. After 7 days, promote 2.1. After 14, repeat. Okay, that seems reasonable. My listings are still fresh every single day. So the question is, would I get any benefit from promoted listings at all? So I think that the proper answer for my case currently is to try to get consistent with listing 10 items a day, which we can. And we actually have a draft bank built up. The biggest problem has been with doing that. We are technically listing a lot of items a day, but we're taking them from the bigger store. A few, like some items we're taking out of our goods store and putting them in our other store so that we can make more room in our goods store to put higher sell-through rate items. So one store is our slower sell-through rate items for the most part, although there are still a good mix of high sell-through rate items to get people into the store or to to be appealing to the algorithm. But our high through rate store will have very few cheap or inexpensive low sell-through rate items in it. Very few. And those might be like Star Wars figures, something that are highly collectible, but that my store would promote better just because there's nice ones in there and there wouldn't be any in the other store. So that would be the reason. Love the Bearded. List and run 20%. Love the Bearded. Hello. I have a new secret admirer. Love the Bearded. Because I am fully bearded. You notice how my beard goes all the way around my head? See that? It's like a beard that goes all the way around. You guys see that, right? I have a full head beard, if that's possible. That's why they call me Dr. Zayas at the meeting house. Jed's here. Aloha, Jed. Flippin' Ain't Easy says people are shopping now until they find what they want. Once they do, your offer is meaningless to them. For sure. Yeah. Right. That's why you got to get that offer in first. That's the exact reason why you got to get that offer in as fast as possible. Now, we did I think last week we also, womp, 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 womp. We also said that perhaps why we do have a pickup now is because of tax returns. So maybe, but they're working. Those tax returns are going into, look at the baby. The tax returns are working for us right now. Let's see. Listing new items always trumps end and sell similar. Jen, yeah, I'm going to do both of those. So add new items. So end and sell similar at 5 o'clock in the morning. And list brand new, never seen to eBay items. You know, probably I'd probably do them after like now, like at 3. So it'd be afternoon. So that way, and then it is a little weird because the next day then I end them and sell those again, sell them similar. I'm not going to go through the process of trying to separate them out because that is annoying. Den Decor Depot is suggesting 4% 4% Den Decor rate, 4% promotion rate. My theory was 2.6 because 2.1, everyone's going to do that. And then that people would jump up to 2.5. And I'm going to do one more than that, 2.6. And at one point we did dynamic for a while. How many, raise your hands, how many did dynamic for a while last year before the big mess? Let's see. M says, come to the Pacific Northwest, and we will just take bites out of fish that are just swimming upstream. They're just swimming, jumping out of the water, and like a bear, I'll just get in there and just take a little bite right out of them. Take a bite out of a sockeye. Dendicor, I wonder what happened to their eyes. Why are they sockeyed? Because I assume they're not segmented. They're not popping out. They're sunk in. Maybe I don't know what a sockeye is. Dendicor hit the 2 horns. 2 Etsy sales. What? You are welcome. Wild salmon does sound good. John, yes, set up automated offers, but it's not working. No. And I do believe they're supposed to have I think they're supposed to tell you how many have sort of been sent, and that's always at 0. And then I have just a whole bunch of offers to send out every time I look. I have offers, so it can't be working. Jen does lift 15 items a day, which is a solid number. I'm not sure, if it's the consistency or just the newness of the items, and the newness of the items gives you that first day hit. So even if you don't relist your stuff every day, some of your items in your store, if you list every day, are going to have a first day hit. So that means traffic is coming to your store, and that may lead to other sales. I don't know if that's what does it or if it's consistency. I'm not sure they reward consistency. I have heard they reward consistency from eBay itself. I just don't know who to believe ever. And I certainly know that, not being consistent doesn't always hurt you. So how does that work? I don't know. Best practices, consistency, list every day. Mike Seller says, good morning, Primo and Spam. Happy selling. Welcome. Quirky Picker, Chad's also here. I don't promote until after 30 days on eBay. Yeah, that's good. I would have to have a spreadsheet and keep track of them since I end and sell similar every day. Everything looks like a brand new item. I guess I would just have to do that. I probably could do that through our custom SKU maybe. Put like how sometimes we put dots, we put periods at the end, which also is, I don't think that's a best practice. Putting dots, if we have multiple items, same type of item, they've got the same name, we'll just put a period at the end of it. So some of them have like 5 periods at the end or something. It's probably not best practice, actually. However, if we put in the SKU itself, put those dots instead of on the title, I wonder if that would still allow us to sell duplicate listings, even though they're not duplicate. They're duplicates, but we have that many. And we don't want to sell multi-listing quantities because they're all different, and we photograph every single item. Okay. Yes, we're gonna have some fish. Patricia, no putting PL on brand new listings or resets is not necessary. You get 2 to 3 day boosts in search automatically with new listings or resets. Absolutely. I believe I get about so the first day is a huge boost. The first day is the real boost, and the second day is maybe 25% of that boost. Still a bigger boost than your items have been sitting there for 30 days. So that's why I went to the every day from the every other day from the every fourth day. Much more traffic doing it every other day or every day. But you may not need to get traffic. That depends on your items. And so since I'm pushing a lot of low sell-through rate items, that's what helps them, is doing the reset. They're good. Elvis records, for instance. There's just so many Elvis fans, alive still that will pay the kind of money. I'm shocked by it, but they're there. But there's less than there used to be. Elvis records, you couldn't keep them in stock. If you had one in your store, it was gone. Now it can take a few days, and it's usually an older guy. It usually goes to Fort Lauderdale or Miami Beach or somewhere, and I don't think it's a cool guy. I think it's a DJ somewhere. I think it's an old retired guy. Sarasota. How dare me, right? How dare me.
How dare you?
Okay, let's see here. I hate when it jumps. When it jumps, it scares me. I get scared. Oh my gosh, that's why. Okay, so see how we jumped so far? So far. Major win. Aloha. Hit the horns for our buddy at Den Decor. I did already, but for you, another time. Thank you very much for the super chat, Major Win. Hope you are doing well. One of these days, Alice, you and Amy, you're coming on. It's just going to take a little longer because I got distracted with real life here. So just taking care of a few things, then get back to the making this show great again, or something like stupid like that. You stop. I'm hilarious. What?
Did you say that someone said they were going to unsubscribe because of the horn? They hate it.
I know. I did not see that. No. People hate the horn. What can I do? It depends on who you are. I'll decide if I want you here, and I'll press the horn again, and that will be your big decision on whether you should leave. Okay, so let's see. Patricia, new listings get more eyeballs on their own because they're new. Yes. Once AI figures out how clickable they are, they get positioned in search. That totally makes sense. So that's why, honestly, why listing new items every day, get those items specifically get a lot of page views instantly. I do think that draws traffic to your store too. So, other things get a boost from that. So that's why it's good to list new items in your store. Plus the new items get the items you're trying to sell. Gravity Good says, beautiful. Oh, BC is beautiful. Yes, it is. Aloha. Patricia Primo, yes, I did read the, I read some of the article. It's a long article. It's a bit depressing article, just like I thought it would be. Jeff talked about it a bit yesterday on his video, and I'm gonna put my books over on Amazon because I think it's where we got to put books right now, and we've got 10,000 of them, so they've got to get sold before. As somebody pointed out on one of our previous shows, that better hurry up and get those books sold because nobody knows how to read anymore, which I thought was pretty funny. Not necessarily true, but kind of funny. Eventually people won't understand books. They'll be like, they'll just turn into dust because people have their devices only. Major win, are you kidding? Promoted listings, PL, what? Womp, womp, womp. I won't play the horn until I see who is going to unsubscribe. Flipping ain't easy. Why would eBay come out with an automation tool to send out different offers instantly if they wanted you to do it weekly? I don't buy that. Even though the tool is not working because the tool is not working. But getting those offers out as fast, if you can just sit on just refresh, wait for those offers to come in, send them out, because I get 75% of my sales from that. That's my bread and butter, bled and butter. So I have to send them out immediately, Amy. I'm not disagreeing with your friend or anything, but that's, a couple of things I hear really strike me wrong. That I think that's one of them, because it is because I know that you got to get those offers out, but maybe your stuff doesn't rely on best offers. And again, I'm wondering why you shouldn't send them out anyway. Maybe is it just the time? It's not worth the time. And if that's the case, and by the way, yes, a lot of your watchers are not going to buy your item. Some of them are other sellers watching your product to see how much it's worth. But who cares? I don't care. This is what I do, so it's no sweat off my nose to send out those offers. I'll get back to you in a second, Patricia, about that, because my biggest feelings on it. Yeah, I'll get back to you on it in just a second. We'll touch it. I just want to finish reading some comments, although I might not ever get to the end. But let's see. Major Wins, very excited about Tree Cat. Awesome. I want the report from that back. I know John loves it, so that's good. But always nice to have someone else to say that they love it, and that especially like it's ease to learn it and stuff and to use it. Curious how other people will feel about that. Jen says not feeling the big blast yet. Last week had 5 good days in a row, but now more subpar days. When I say that, I'm talking like 3 times our normal sales that are back towards kind of what they were before in June. But the most important thing is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday are our main days, with Sunday almost always being the big blast. So, upwards of, could be close to $1,000. That's what we used to expect. So some of that could be, smoosh over to Monday if people don't pay, that kind of stuff. But but usually always Sunday is like the bomb. And we're seeing that. Bendel for 20. We have pretty consistent sales, 8+ days in a row. Have looked consistent, then some days you get crickets. We still get crickets, but it's just, I don't care, because it used to be crickets Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're always just maybe. Usually a couple, token sales, and possibly a 0 day. But 0 days never used to scare us like they do now, because you can get 2 in a row. Sometimes the beginning of January this year, I don't know how many we got in a row. A couple, at least 3, I think, in a row, which is super gross. Let us see. Jack, my main is going to stay my book, record, music store, and my second, I'm going to make everything clothes, hats, t-shirt, glasses, staying away from electronics. Yeah, that's the best way. And I think that, and that way you can separate the, I mean, you won't put records in that other store, even if they're lower quality. And that way people, when they come to the store, they're going to buy one thing. I mean, that's great. That's a niche store. So that's good. Anything stores are a little harder to operate because lots of different types of people are going to go to it, obviously. Outdoor Wheels, aloha, everybody, aloha, poke! Jack, to continue, says, I like the idea of having two stores, one niched out. Yep. And the other being with everything. This is part of the strategy. Question is, what's a good size store to have under the eBay change? Well, I don't know if this, this apply to everybody. Go by the store, go by what you can do with those zero insertion fees and your store change. I'm doing the $60 stores so I can have 2,000 items every single day. I can reset them. And that, because that gives me 60,000 listings, including the zero insertion fee listings. Depends on what you're doing there with that. But 2,000 item stores or less, depends on who you believe and who you listen to. eBay wants maybe a smaller store, I don't know for a fact that. But I'm going with the idea that 2,000 seems a very handy amount. I do have a friend named Jason T. Smith who has been listing on eBay for almost, I think like a month less than I. So 24 years, he himself. He, for the last 10 years or so, and he sells stuff all the time. He sells tiki mugs, which have a high sell-through rate. People want those. He never has more than 1,250 items. Somewhere between 1,150 and 1,250. That's his sweet spot. That used to be our sweet spot back in June. Now I think it's probably going to have to be 17, 18, 2,000. So 2,000, two stores, 2,000, 400 items. That's what we're doing. Until we find something else to do. So, promote it 2.3% to 2.4 will give you more boost. Outdoor World says, yeah, I mean, it will. I don't think anything above north of 6% is even, I don't think anyone should do north of 6% until we understand exactly where our impressions go. Because that's a lot of money. Of course, if you see like actual trend, the problem with actually checking these numbers is people don't not promote for 6 months, wipe their slate clean, and see what happens. You're going to lose sales for sure up, at some point. And then when you increase them, does it increase that much? So in other words, we don't have a control group. Nobody really has a control group. I think I have the biggest control with not promoting at all for 6 months and ending and selling similar every single day. But that's only a control for those circumstances. Wookiee similarities, Silver Hair Stackers, referring to my head beard, I think. Mike Seller, just a thought, but isn't there too much emphasis placed on impressions? Mine went through the roof this weekend, but very few sales. My impressions are going up consistently, going up. My page views are consistently going down. My sales are consistently going up. I have no explanation. I do not praise the machine, but I do not insult the machine either. Yes, I do. But I don't know. I'm doing what works. And it's usually by accident I'm discovering it. And sticking with it until maybe you got to change and try another little thing and then stick with it. And I just get stuck, so that's why I'm ending selling similar. A one month project is now into its 6 months because I feel like it works. And I also feel like if I change it, I don't want to know what will happen. So, but what if it gets better? I don't know. The only thing I could do, again, is list more items and promote, but still end and sell similar every day. So that's going to come up eventually. Right now, we are just going to start. We've got to get back up to about 2,000 with the more high sell-through ratey type stuff. We are going to jump down a little bit and try to find Bendel 420. There is our hero on dynamic. You're an animal. Bendel 420. You're on dynamic. I think you might have told me this last week because I was so shocked then too. Tell me, are you experiencing goodness? Do you think that it's responsible for anything positive? Curious. Carl, yeah, Bendel 420 is still using dynamic, which is really interesting. Now, I did used to do dynamic with a cap, thinking that like I would use dynamic and put the right? Was it called dynamic? No, it wasn't dynamic. It was dynamic. I would use dynamic and put a cap of like, the 2.6% on it, wondering if the dynamic affected the algorithm in a positive way. Paul Rose. Hi. Primo. Got start time confused, so I will watch the first hour on catch up. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Not even had the chance of a full cup of coffee yet today. I haven't had coffee in 3 weeks, and we went by a Starbucks and it smelled so good. I can't wait to be normal again. Good luck. That's what everybody should say. Just good luck, buddy. Headbeard. Carl says, I have always been... Carl, what? What? Bendel, you're in England, are you? Is there something different? Sometimes I miss the what's obvious in front of my face. Dynamic, is it different in different places? So dynamic here is when they could charge you up to 20% for your item. Well, they just charge you whatever the daily is, right? Is that the same thing for you, dynamic? Just so we're talking about the same thing. Curiosity.
Can you give a horn to?
I can't. Who's the one that said they were gonna quit?
Know.
Where's the quit one?
I don't know.
Who was it?
It was someone named AJI3.
Who's Quitty McQuitterston?
But Paul Rose needs a horn. He said he needs one today.
I will give him a horn as long as I want to address Quitty McQuitterson first.
It was all the way a while back.
I'm gonna find it.
It was a blue A in a circle.
AJ Puffin stuff. It was a blue jay?
No.
It was a blue jay? Because I'm looking for blue jays.
No, an A.
A blue A. Thank you for your support. Oh, I may have done the horn and they already quit. Well, sorry to see you go, but
It's an A.
I think that more people like the horn than they don't like the horn.
They said, I think I have to block the channel soon. That horn drives me insane.
It drives people insane. My mom doesn't listen to us because of the horn. But you know what? I respect you, but what's that?
There's a horn in the
There's a horn in this house. I respect you. I apologize, but the horn provides a lot of joy to people. Sick, twisted people, but it provides joy, including me. I can't not smile because it's so obnoxious. That's why. Primo Kimo. I put all my Elvis in a booth as it gets more and don't have to pay any fees other than the rent. And it probably is all gone, right? Because people like to shop in person too. Intergalactics. Microsystems. Thank you very much. There's another horn. Now A definitely bailed out of the plane. They're like, I didn't even take a parachute. Sorry. And major win again, you guys. Thank you very much. Appreciated. And I see Motorcycle Dork is here too. Motorcycle Dork, there you are, Josh. And Polish Pete's here. I'm sorry, I missed. What?
Yeah, I was just going to say, read his comment.
On an intake call, Amazon verification call. Yes, so you're going on Amazon. We're all going to Amazon to get feudalized, to get into our feudal society. And then the prince will come over to our house and pick the ripest plums from our stores because that's what you have to do. You have to give them your stuff or something. Bendel420 says more cowbell. Let's see. Oh, really, Patricia? I wasn't reading it. Okay, we'll see. Look, okay, Patricia, she really wants to talk about this, and I don't mind. So let's go to that really quick. Okay, so this thing right here. This is what you're talking about, right, Patricia? Are we? Yeah, this is it. And what this is essentially what it's talking about here is just how I can read you the abstract. Let me see. Download the working paper, I think. And then it's sort of here's the abstract. Amazon's maturing e-commerce platform. Didn't we read that? Didn't I read this already? I think I already read this. But this is, we show that the antitrust benchmark model of competition premised on perfect information and consumer rationality is unable to dissect platform power today, grounded in algorithms exploiting the highly uncertain and informationally abundant decision-making environments. So this is a very, very, I think it's above my level, really, to be able to absorb all this information and give any sort of feedback on it. It's basically, as enshittification is the layman's version of this, but this is just getting super deep on how Amazon manipulates all their sellers, and then there's like the first and third party and sellers, and how advertising doesn't benefit. So you understand, Patricia, I'm too dumb for this, I think. Can I say that? Am I too dumb for this?
She's saying it's the second part, where, like what I was saying around page
28.
Well, she's saying it's the second part of the,
Okay, I read that. I mean, I did.
of the article that's most related to our experience.
So down here on page 26.8, proper leveraging of algorithmic expense to benefit consumers reflects, no, hold on, right here. The rise of third-party and ads. Central to Amazon's ability and desire to extract advertising rents from its third-party marketplace has been a shift in emphasis from Amazon as seller of merchandise that it purchases and resells, which is the first-party retail business, to Amazon as a facilitator of a third-party marketplace, selling services to merchants who sell their products directly to consumers using Amazon's digital and physical infrastructure to facilitate the transactions. Advertising makes little sense in a first-party environment where Amazon itself is the seller. There were always limits to fees extracted from publishers and other vendors for special placement in the old first-party business, but there was no room for growth. So starting in 2002, they offered their order fulfillment. And I think, and eBay is doing that slowly too in certain categories, right? So they're already doing that. And I've done FBA before, so I know how much that sucks and is no good for me. So anyway, Patricia, I didn't do a deep dive into it. I kept reading pages over and over and going, this is heavy shit. And I don't want, why am I swearing all the time now? See, I think I haven't had coffee or anything, and now I'm just like, just running loose. I don't want to be so mired down in reality that I think of the future as bleak. You saw my thumbnail. The future's so bright, I have to wear shades. So I have a great ability to be intensely optimistic in the face of doom. And I think I'm just going to have to ride that My Little Pony. My Little Pony, which is what I do. But I'm not blind. I'm not sticking my head in the sand. And I do think the future of e-commerce is going to be super crazy. I am very happy for those of us who are in our 50s, who only have to deal with this crap for a few more years, and then we can just selling selling on eBay in retirement. I think maybe that's where the dream actually happens. Right? Am I right? You're almost retired. She's 4 years older than me. Major Win says wifey has come around to the horns. She did not like the horns. In fact, they annoyed her even when he wore headphones and she could hear the horns coming out of the headphones. She says she's actually loves them now. Okay, so I'm going to hit Polish Pete here because I scrolled up here to hit his comment. What time eBay sends out automatic offers? Nobody knows. You're losing control, people. Oh, so is that what you think? Okay, so okay. I assumed automatic offers went out immediately, instantly. Let's go. I said, Polish Pete, just so you know, it hasn't worked. So currently in the U.S. at least, I have them turned on, but they don't work as far as I know. Excuse me. Because every day I wake up to 10, 11. Every time I look at it, which is 100 times a day, there's more offers to send out. For a while there, I was just refreshing it every 10 minutes. There was another offer to send out, and I did send it out. And so that's still how I'm doing it. Definitely not relying on it. My assumption, which makes an ass out of me and me, is that they were doing it instantly as soon as it was available. So absolutely. I sell offers every second of every moment of every day. But I thought, a robot doing that would be awesome too. So I was looking forward to that. So that's another bird to eBay. How dare you? How dare you?
How dare you?
Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so we saw you. Let's see. Den Decor in front of mine offer a little chance to shop price. Let me see if I can figure anything out. Paul Rose, Nesbitt, a lot of time with the reps know less than you, to be honest. Take some of them with a pinch of salt. That's possible, yeah, Let's see. One more message, and that will. I don't know. I love it when people are having conversation. I literally have no idea what's happening in there. Where are we? Georgia's here?
Yes.
Aloha, Georgia. Haven't seen you in so long. I still don't technically see you in the chat, but Spam told me you're here, so I did that preemptively, or not emptively. I emptied it. It was fully emptied. No, it was unemptied. What?
She's after intergalactic microsystems a few down.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, I feel like I need a new chat reader. Is there some better chat reader thing? Because I can't. You can't keep up. And if you let it go on, if you stay in any place for too long and it goes beyond the screen, then when you try to scroll down, it doesn't smoothly scroll. It just blomp goes like to the bottom. So anyway, I can't do that. And I also see Benny Stratton in here. Aloha, Benny. Okay, so I do see Cornhusker Pisker. The horn puts a smile on Cornhusker's face, so that's great. Mike Seller also says, keep that horn. Paul Rose, horn, love it. The horn is pure joy. Beep, 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 beep. Georgia, there you are. Welcome. Yeah, where have you been? Have you been anywhere? Cool. Did you go somewhere like Hawaii? I always hope when I don't see people for a while, they're in Hawaii. Benny Stratton says, has anyone ever had their mail carrier do a delivery scan instead of an acceptance scan when they pick up their packages? No, I don't think I've ever had that. You mean so the item that you sent out was immediately delivered? Maybe they've got a new system. The post office has a lot of technologies that we don't know about. Magical innovations, actually. They might have some Star Trek kind of technology that they just blimp, and it's actually got a beam, and then it beams up, and it goes to the other person. What? That's not right?
So great.
That's not it? Oh,
I wish.
I thought that
I
was
read about that kind of crap all the time online, and it's fine.
never happened to us.
No.
Major win, first super on a live stream. Way to go. Intergalactic Microsystems. Thank you. And thank you again. Yes, to both of you. And I do see that it says, see how it says the one there? That's awesome. Wait, I'm just going to flood my stream with hearts. Let's see here. Benny Stratton, Major win. Patricia. So what was the eBay rationale for this? I had the option to send offers to 5 buyers on an item, and I didn't yet. Then I got an offer on that item suddenly and can't send offers to the 5 watchers. So it sounds like they actually did it for you. But how long do they have to sit there in that thing? If there's any to be sent, I will send them. I will battle the robot for them if they want to take them. Ladybug says, I got an offer on something today. I only viewed the other day. Didn't watch it. Offers seem off still. Well, they're messing with them. That's for sure. Ladybug says, Magical March. Here we are. Cornhusker says, Benny, yes, the carrier accidentally didn't go to prepaid acceptance. It's a different part of the scanner. Huh. Our guy's good, thankfully. Benny says, Cornhusker, did it ever show delivered to the correct address? And Corn says, yes, later once it hits the destination, it'll have another delivery scan. That makes sense. Yes. Outdoor Worlds is logging out and keep watching. Major, keep safe, everyone. Wait, Outdoor Worlds, were you done with, I thought you were done with YouTube.
I know, that's why I was so happy to see it.
Well, bam. Hot bam. In the chat. Don't go anywhere. We need you. Stay here. Yeah, Benny said it shows delivered to his address the same day he gave it to the mail carrier. In 25 years, it's the first time it's happened, and he assured me it's on its way to the buyer. Yeah, I mean, it's still going to go somewhere, and then they're going to scan it the next place it goes, so it'll catch up, I guess. I say I guess because we've never lost a package, right? I still don't remember ever having a package lost. Damaged, that's happened, but lost, no. One of our greatest damaged package routines were, I don't think I've told this story, where I sold a Macintosh audio gear. It's real high-end audio stuff. A laser disc player, and I loved it. It was like my favorite thing in the world. A Macintosh laser disc player. And it didn't, something went wrong, like they go bad a little bit. I think it's the laser. You got to replace the laser. So I sold it for $500 for parts. But it's beautiful, and they all have glass on the front, like their faceplates aren't metal, they're glass. And I package things, they're bulletproof. Even this thing, it weighs 60 pounds, glass in the front, bulletproof. I have the materials from Macintosh, so whatever. It goes to the guy's house. It makes 6 different attempts to deliver it. And I'm sitting there, again, biting my nails. Ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, every time this goes back to the FedEx shop and it doesn't get delivered is another chance that this thing could be broken. Well, what do you know? He calls me. He's like, it's broken. I'm going to return it. I'm like, you sneak. And I'm like, fine, well, whatever. You know, I think I tried to call FedEx and see what happened, whatever. So he sends it back to me and I get it. And I open the box. It is smashed, like on a corner. But there's like loose screws rolling around in the box. And it turns out he had taken the thing apart. And maybe my understanding is I made an accusation that he dropped it because it was really poorly weighted. Like the whole front of it was very heavy. So if you pick up the box with the front is in the front of the box, a big box, it would have a tendency just to drop out of your hands, move forward and drop out. So I said, did you by chance drop this? Because it looks like this was dropped. Never heard from him again. It was a doctor from Chicago. I don't know. Am I right? Did I win? Am I the big winner here? Yeah. It would have cost me hundreds of dollars, obviously, to refund him, and he dropped it because I don't want to go to surgery with that doctor. Let's see here. Patricia is saying that article. You guys do know. You guys can just go read that article. It's still on last week's. I'll put it again on this week's, along with John's TreeCat promo code, so you can go read it. It's a really tough read for me because of all the words. But yes, once I started reading TLDR, but for chapter 4.3, page 28, it talks very much about the rise, third party, and ads. So that is that's where to focus your energy and read about that. And see how eBay is not totally going to a fulfillment, but they do fulfillment. They're forcing fulfillment on some things now, right? I think shoes, no, 75% over. You don't have to do it, but I think was there something they were saying that they're down the road? Their whole point is to get to the point where you have to do it. Was that handbags and sneakers? It might have been, or maybe I just made that up. Either way. Take that, AJ. Come back, AJ. We want you here. Come on. Don't leave just because I'm so horny. That's what she said. What? Sorry, Patricia. I will not smile for 2 minutes in penance. Let's see here. You guys with the typing. Let's see. Paul, you're not on your own, Primo. I must be dumb too. Is there anything in it that we can actually be used? No, this is knowledge. I mean, knowledge is power, you know what I'm saying? And also, the more you know. There's nothing wrong with knowing this stuff. It generally paints. I mean, if you start with just the enshittification, it just paints a picture of how stuff is going to suck. But I think what every platform sucks eventually because they have to generate the money. And my solution to that is there has to just be new platforms, and we just keep jumping ship. We keep a bulk of our things in the eBay till eBay's not eBay anymore, and somebody else is, and then we just jump ship and keep it circulating. This is a pretty general tech theory, both for hardware, software, apparently platforms. You got to keep the data moving around so no one can catch up to you and really get your commonly accepted accounting practice or your not commonly accepted accounting practices. Report them both, and then I love just saying stuff. Scanner defaults is to. Oh wait, that's a male thing. Carla Olson says, I can't get send automatic offers does not seem to be working yet. And from my point of view, personally, if you ever see offers there, send them as soon as you see them. Never don't send offers. There was a time once when they first came out where best practice was do them first thing when you wake up in the morning. And then I shifted it, and I'm sure a lot of people did, because the thing is try to think of like one. There's reasons that you can't think of, like variables that you just don't even know about that could affect this. But name one reason why you wouldn't want to send offers out ASAP, because people are shopping. You know, men and ladies, they be shopping, and when they're shopping, they're shopping. So when that one comes up, that means that they saw your item, or eBay says they're in close proximity. Proximity alerts coming on. You got to get that out right then and there. And I do find that works. But automatic would work way better and more awesomer. Not a proper use of grammar, but so what? Do you have something? Jorah Jaha has only been here because she sleeps late. What is going on here? Okay. Well, that's good. Was I confusing JRKR and Jorah Jaha? Well, anyway, JRKR does not sleep late, do you? Jorah Jaha, what's late? Hey, Fro Cells is in bed at 10. Still sleeping. West Coast time. That's 1 o'clock here. The whole day is over. Now, you late sleepers, go watch. And I prescribe to this. So one reason why I am a successful eBay seller when I'm a successful eBay seller, not saying I always am, but for the first 23 years I was, couldn't lose almost. The winning, and because we were buying stuff. So at that point we were buying. We don't really buy that much anymore because we have way too much stuff. But my strategy to win was to be savoir-faire is everywhere. I'm the first person in line at the store. I run like a total jerk. I run to the stacks to beat people. I will at the estate sales. I'm the first person there. That's kind of how we built the business, was by being the early bird. So I don't think you can be the early bird and the late bird at the same time. Not saying that's bad. I'm just saying that my personal life experience has always been, if you want to win, if you have to go somewhere and do something, be the first person there, kind of thing. Also, I would go to, this was a cool thing. I used to go to concerts like 2-3 hours early, way too early. Like when the employees were getting to the bar or club and they were opening up, the lights were on. They're like sticky stuff on the floor. They're like cleaning up. They're like, come in. Yeah, it's like, can we come in and just, have a drink at the bar? We'll just wait here. And then the performers would come in, and then you would often get to meet them. Haven't done that in a very, very long time. I think the last time we did that was, what's that band from the, you weren't there. It was, I went down with our friend Chris, and we saw this band that he really liked called the something. Drive-By Truckers. Yes, it was the Drive-By Truckers. And we basically spent the entire afternoon, evening, and night with the band. And I thought that was fun. Although I never really liked their music that much. So, but that's irrelevant to the fun that we had in that experience. And that was down in Boston. That's where we went. Met a lot of reggae stars that way too. Big up. Let's see. A question: how do we know it's not working? John Flipping Ain't Easy asked that when he came in the chat, and if we noticed it wasn't working. I've noticed that I'm still sending out tons of offers. That's why I'm assuming it's not working. And I believe they do have a number on there that says the number of offers that has been sent out.
Down below answers it.
Oh, okay. And that's been at 0 ever since it started. So that's why I think it's not working properly, at least yet. Corn. Yeah, everybody gets a nickname, Corn. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's so many. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to get, because we got to go soon, but I want to get down. So now I'm gonna go turbo mode here. Freya, it's in the dashboard to show you how to 0 cent. We just touched on that. Paul Rose says, yay, just sold a Star Wars Special Edition premiere ticket on offer for $50. Have it at $65. Are things looking up? Well, one sale, better than less than that. Benny says, anything I do like Laserdisc player size or like stereo receivers, I overkill it and I do a box inside a box. That's the only way to do it. So you wrap that stuff, our foam. I don't have it here. We don't have any foam. No. I use roll foam. It's very expensive, but I usually have to buy it once a year, maybe twice if I'm super successful, so that's no problem. And I wrap everything up to give it, like this. It's a real dense foam. So, and it's an 1/8 inch thick, so it's probably, a whole bunch. And you get rounded corners on there, and then you put that in a box. And then you put some more foam around that, and then put that in the box. That's how I do it. The second foaming doesn't have to be quite as thick. But just so it has like a crush zone. So you're basically making a Volvo for your expensive stereo equipment. Because you need crush zones. You gotta have them crush zones. M says, Major, at 5 years old. Are you 5 years older? I don't think, did we know that? Yes, maybe we did. But Fex, I wouldn't guess that. No. I would say you might be 10 years younger by your youthful. And Haythrow does look young. I mean, you both look like you're in your 30s. But yes, you can be 28. Patricia says that they're not just third party in ads, also screwing the search results. It's Jamie's playbook. Yeah, let's just be Jamie's friend. Can we just figure out how to be Jamie's friend? Look at this huge bottle of water. Look at my alkaline water. Alkaline water from Kirkwood. I want to start to do a series of Kirkwood commercials. I mean, they won't know I'm doing it, so I won't get paid, but I'll just do that. I do like the alkaline water. I do promote that. Andy Sometter, waiting for the sweeper to pass. Is it loud? You can't hear? Let's see. Yeah, let's do some homework. Everybody go take a look at this article. Maybe we can have a better discussion. I'm not a good discussion leader on something I can't really grasp. And it's not that I can't grasp it, it's that I can't want to grasp it. That's because the ADHD, one of the things is if you don't want to do something or if you don't like something, it's very, very difficult to force it. And reading is the worst. So if I'm not enjoying what I'm reading, or if there's too many tangents, I can't follow them, I can't keep the threads going right, I will realize about 10 minutes later that I'm staring at a page with crossed eyes. Like I literally will just sit there and not even realize I'm not reading anymore. That's how I can read for an hour and have no retention of it. However, I do think it's very important stuff, and any sort of insight into our current situation on these platforms is because we're going to be facing it. And if we're going to stay here, we're going to be facing it for years, and it's going to change, and it's going to get worse, better, whatever. Most of this is saying worse. And, Jamie is sort of following that in the Walmart, and the lady that's just the Walmart strategy. He's from Walmart. The Walmart strategy as anything seller. But hopefully District or something will pop up. I'm holding out hope for something that will pop up for sellers of things without SKUs. And that's the easiest way to say collectibles, older collectibles, vintage collectibles. They don't have SKUs. So it's much easier to do all this manipulation on SKU'd items. But I think our collectible items get swept up with these SKU'd items. And if they can separate those out, we're going to have a way better deal. Let's see what else can be said. Oh, thank you, Em. My health kick is inspiring. It's actually necessary. It's mandatory. But I still can't announce the awesome announcement. But probably I'm gonna say can't say the awesome announcement, which I've really been working on for a year, because we're just the tiny bit away from that. But we'll have, after that, the next big hurdle will happen in like 4 months. So that'll be nice. And then I'll get my metal legs. And then I will be taller than my wife by 4 feet. Okay, you'd had to collapse categories and institute item specifics before you could implement. Oh, wait, that's not what I thought you were saying there. On the health kick, Primo, I really must find time to eat something today at some point. Yes. Eating, for someone who likes to eat a lot, not eating is actually almost too easy. It's like, oh, really? I can just not eat? And now I'm like, not eating. And that's causing problems. So I have to eat even though I don't want to. Jen is an early riser. Georgiara is the not early riser. And Hey Froze is not. Hey Froze up, 242. 242. Hey Froze is standing up. Quirky Picker Chad, I'm allowed to shout out my new reselling. Yes, of course you are. Shout out your new reselling podcast, Quirky Picker Chad. Please do. Carla Olson, I am thinking that maybe it's automatic offers, not auto. It's automated offers. That's a good way to think about it. Not automatic. I wanted automatic. Yes. Maybe they wait a certain amount of time. See, that doesn't work for me for sure. I'll still leave it on. But will I leave it on? Because if they're sucking up my offers, like somebody pointed out, Patricia, who pointed that out, that they didn't send out the offers, and then when they went to go do them, they couldn't do them anymore because the automatic one had, and the automatic one sent it out late or lagged behind when you normally would have done it. Maybe you don't want to have it on. Boo. Come on. Release products that work for us, please. Can I just ask that for that one thing? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, Patricia points out that some people really get in. Yes, some people are very good at analyzing information this way. And I'm just not an academic. That's my problem. I can read it. If you put it into, I could, like I said, I can read it. I could absorb all this information and regurgitate out some sort of thing, but it's too difficult for me to do that. So, how about that? Sorry, Patricia. It would take me 2 weeks, and then everybody would be like on to something else. So I'm glad that we put it out there for everybody else to read. And then maybe, at any time, if anybody wants to discuss this stuff, I do enjoy discussing it, and then looking at citations and things, because I don't need to have an understanding of this right now because I'm operating on the force, usually operating completely on the force. I'm just feeling my way through it, and path of least resistance type thing. That's why. Let's see. And M said, yes, scan the UCL article and then delved into the pieces that were interesting, relevant to us, but not necessarily in order. That's the ADHD way. And yes, it is. It's easy to be Jamie's friend, Paul says. It's easy to be Jamie's friend, Primo. You just have to bend over and say, thank you, sir. May I have another? Animal House style. Yeah. I don't know. Jamie might be a nice guy to get a beer with. Come on, right? Am I right? Maybe he's a cool dude. I mean, his face doesn't look cool. But that's because I'm bitter. Hey, Frost did say hello to Poke. What's that?
Oh, his ear.
Did he hear? His ear? Let's see. And you know who else likes the stuff? Benny Stratton's paragraphs. The FTC 45-page PDF rebuttal to Amazon's funny motion to dismiss just one piece of hundreds of pieces of information that was 92% of Amazon's sales come from the buy box. That is insane. See, he's the guy. This guy knows, and he can really analyze stuff. Analytical people are analytical people. I can analyze stuff, but I don't like it. But I don't dislike it. There must be some app to let people listen to articles, right? Yes. There's a good point. We need to, yeah, absolutely. There's a new AI thing that reads everything perfectly, and you can choose the voice you want and everything. So I'm gonna put on a little rain soundtrack, like just a little soft rain in the background, maybe mountain stream, and then have J-Lo read me this article. And then maybe I'll absorb something. I think so. Everybody, please go read this article. Patricia has been very much trying to get this disseminated, and I think it's worth everyone's time because it's sort of the past, but it's also the future and the present. Carl, trying my first campaign on fixed price promoted listing. Fingers crossed. Good luck to you on that. I hope. Oops, sorry. I hope that works. Amy says, my guy is a systems engineer, so we're always reverse engineering something, including any site issues we encounter. That's awesome, Amy. That's what we do, but we don't have any. We don't actually. Well, we know engineers and people who write software. I actually have some UX experience, but I wouldn't say that that I'm a pro or anything. UX is not algorithms. And everybody's algorithm's a little different, except for everyone's algorithm is always going to be for their bottom line first. 6x6. 6x6 is angry at the feedback policies. No, I don't know. Are you?
Sellers can't leave feedback.
Oh, that sellers can't leave feedback?
I'm saying no.
It's working fine for us right now. We don't have any problem with feedback policies currently. Policies, I'm not even reading them. We don't have any problem with feedback, so therefore we don't have any reason to not like feedback policies. Because we maintain 100% across the board, and I kiss some major butt if I make a mistake.
And sweetie,
Yes.
you remember that thing we read the article about where eBay is testing some new
eBay is
AI or
testing
something where they sort of
some new.
match people up with feedback and they sort of vet sellers and buyers before they
Huh?
allow them onto eBay.
No. Well, we did read that article and we talked about that too. That was part of that blockchain thing. That that eBay is toying around with a blockchain version of a portable blockchain version of a reputation, buyer and seller reputation. And that can limit you. That's even more control over you. So we don't necessarily want that. We want, as much as you can prosper in the Wild West of anything. This is why it's called the Wild West. That's when you're supposed to take advantage of everything. And, before they are able to start unwild westing it, tame westing it. You can turn off auto offers. You can turn off auto. Yeah, you can. You don't have to have auto offers. No. Let's see. Let's see. Hopefully, the FTC and the 17 state AGs win their lawsuit against Amazon. It'll take a few years. Something could change from that. Sure. In the meantime, we better figure out how to sell stuff. That's my motto. Sell stuff. I have one principle as a reseller. One principle as far as what I don't do. Did I ever mention this? I don't take checks. That's it. Everything else, I'll do anything to make a sale, pretty much. Darth Thrifter. Darth Thrifter got 7 sales in March. Count them. 7. You're out of control, Darth Thrifter. I hope you do not spend all that fat sale money in one place. Polish Peace says, yes, you can switch off automated offers. You end and sell similar this listing. It won't have automated offers anymore. Oh, is that why my automatic offers aren't working? Because I have it set up to anything new that's listed to enter into automatic offers.
He said that in a comment up above to you.
Oh, okay. There is a consumer harms lawsuit in Washington State over Amazon search bearing more competitive offers and surfacing listings with more profitable to Amazon instead. Yeah, I mean, I think that might be a more cut and dry thing than all this stuff. I mean, algorithms very murky. And how do you sue somebody when they're not required to give up their divulge? Go Garth. M says go Darth. I just, for some reason, went to Wayne and Garth. Wayne's World reference. Thank you. I don't think that I was being facetious. I'm not sure that seventh sale is as many. I think you probably wanted more sales. Ben before 20, my auto offer has been sending the offers. It has. Okay. At the moment, I'd previously sent out the last watcher. It is a record of sending them to new watchers automatically. Does it keep a track, an ongoing number of offers you've sent out? Paul Rose is thinking Patricia. Yes, Patricia is definitely one of your, whether you totally know it or not. But Patricia is definitely one of the best. What's like not a cheerleader, but you call it something else. She's one of our best advocates for sure in the group. She goes into a lot of groups and she's always advocating for the seller, the reseller. And I also think she's, super pro reseller. She's a pro and she's pro reseller and wants to get out as much stuff as possible. Pete and Josh, which is why she should have her own show, which is why you should come on here, maybe even if you don't have your own. And then we'll really go crazy. Benny Stratton says, wait, I already read that one. Amy says, this is the way. Love it. Thanks again, Patricia. Yes, thank you so much, Patricia. Polish Pete says, yes, Primo, that's what I was trying to say. If you're ESS every day, that's why it doesn't work. Okay. Patricia's just a frustrated educator. Well, you actually do a good job. I mean, your class is a little unruly, but I think you definitely get me to get it out, and it's here now. So, and everybody's kind of on it. Let's see. Benny says Amazon contacts the suspends. Amazon suspends the seller and contacts the supplier distributor and buys the products dirt cheap and starts reselling. Oh, that sounds like Kirkwood, right? Kirkwood brings in all the products that are really awesome and trendy, has them for a few years, and then dupes them out, undercuts them, and kicks out the original supplier, and that supplier in many cases has gone belly up because of it. They've destroyed them. Well, excuse me while I destroy another small supplier of alkaline water somewhere in the world. Oh, man. That's some good stuff. And it's got electrolytes. M says, I make Google eyes at Patricia all the time because I have a crush on her and her mind. I had a good... No. I was looking for a good sound effect on that. Let's see. Darth Luther said, I'm thinking of doing something even more drastic than not promoting ever since. It's a secret. What are you going to do? Drink gasoline and swallow a match, Darth Lifter? You can only do that once, remember. It's a great trick, but you can only do it once.
Oh, I knew it. He's like quitting. And then he said, LOL, no, something else. I was totally wondering.
No, he was trying to get us.
He's, what are those bait titles?
He's a clickbait in real life. He's clickbaiting us. Amy says, I always think Patricia is from Rhode Island because our state motto is hope. Yeah, she's Pennsylvania. It's pretty close, right? It's the state of brotherly love or something. I like Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. It sounds scary. But Pennsylvania's, history. I like history. I like absorbing history, moving from California to the East Coast. And then we went to Boston, and I'm in what's his face's house, the ding dong, the British are coming. I'm in dude's house. I'm in Pennsylvania. This is where Ben Franklin didn't fly the kite because that's a lie or something like that. I love history, even if it's fake, even if it's American. American history is really cool. I guess other history is cool too, but I like American history because I'm on the because I'm from California and I wasn't really involved in most of it.
Oh, they need Muppet.
Muppets? Okay, we'll do that at the end. Which, by the way, it's the end. Hold on a second, though. Wait, I just want to... Okay, I got it. I just want to make sure I had it ready. Okay, so I just want to finish up the comments, and then we'll go for the day and see you on Wednesday at 1. Ladybug said, what could be more drastic than promoting? Not listing at all, yes. Flipping and Easy says, Kirkwood, question mark, not sure what that's referring to. The only Kirkwood I can think of is, Kirkwood. Kirkland, see? It's the private label for Costco, and that's what they do. They get right now I can't think of all. But we used to go to Costco. Used to get a giant bag of corn chips, that they made there. You used to go there and they had oranges. They would squeeze a gallon of fresh squeezed orange juice. Now it all has to be pasteurized because one guy got like listeria or something, and in a big jug of what's the cactus that aloe vera juice. So you could take shots of aloe vera juice, and they had all these in the Silicon Valley. So I always thought that it was all the executives that executives have holes in their stomach because it is sketchy to be. I'm sure hopefully Jamie has a pinhole in his large intestine. Why am I saying that? I could not say it. I don't wish that, Jamie. Please don't listen to me. Thank you. Don't AI this chat. Quitting. LOL. JK. No, something else. But he's not telling us what. Something that's going to make him $1 million. Are you playing the lottery today? I heard that was worth a lot. Kirkwood's a ski resort in Tahoe, so we can blame Walmart for their underhanded tactics. Yeah, I mean Walmart's just Walmart. And it's really good for some people who could sell on Amazon, who could sell on eBay, who could sell on Walmart. I mean, you got stuff with barcodes, and people want it. I don't hate stuff just because it exists. I don't actually go into Walmarts because they smell weird, but that's just me. Polish Pete says, if I love history, move to Europe. Well, I've visited a few times back when I was alive. When I was a kid. So let's see. I was there in 79 and we backpacked across. We got a Euro pass. We stayed in pretty nice places back then. You would just stay in these old villas and stuff. And in France and in England, everybody had like an old house. Like they were 200 or 300-year-old houses, and you would stay in those, and those were nice. And then I went in 85 and 86, and I actually saw Live Aid. But I was too young to actually go to the concert, so we just drove around the Coliseum or whatever, and I bought posters and shirts and stuff. So I went to Live Aid. Didn't actually see anybody play live, but I could hear them. Let's see. Let's see. You'll get the... okay, right when I'm done, I'll put on the Muppets, and then I'll go. Major Wins calling us all rock stars, which is awesome. And then we're going to go see the history comment. Major Wins swore. Now I have to go watch Back to the Future. Great Scott! The ending is here already, yes. Nesbitt says, Amy Nesbitt Experience says, Pennsylvania is beautiful. I went to U of Arts for a semester in the city center. Philly is awesome. Yep. I like that. I love that whole area down there. What I really like about the areas when they do it right is they kind of mix modern with the ancient, and it makes it interesting. But right across the street, I remembered from what's it called with the Liberty Bell? What's that building called? Across from there's like a tiny little alleyways, and it went to some sort of like a rave club that I went to, but it was like an ancient alley that had little bars on it, kind of right across from Independence Hall. And see, if I keep talking, eventually the knowledge flows forth into my head. Okay, I'm going to really get done. Okay, so we are going to... okay, we're done. Okay, Here we are. Callie Debs was in here today. Yes. All of our best to Callie Debs. Hope you're doing well. We are done here for today. We will be back here on Wednesday for the group therapy fun session, and hope to see you all there. And on Friday at 4:00 for our non-eBay talk show, where we only get about a fifth of the people that watch it, but they are dedicated people and they don't want to talk about eBay for an hour, and that's what we're going to do. And Patricia's coming in right at the very last moment saying free text to speech online with realistic AI natural voice to text. That's exactly, I think, the one I was talking about, where you can have it talk in a soothing voice that you actually like, which is super cool. So that's what we're going to do. And until Wednesday, have a great week. We'll see you soon. And we love you. It's time to get things started.